Pac is back. Ghost chomping at his feet. Pac's our hero. Pac just can't be beat. Yeah.
Pac-Man yellow, Pac extreme. He's a chowing down machine. Yup, monsters, ghouls, and only one can stop him. Pac-Man rules.
The Pac is back. Ghost chomping at his feet. Pac's our hero. And Pac just can't be beat. The Pac is back.
Carl and Damon here from Brrraains A Head-Banging Life, gbhblofficial.com for short. They made what into a TV series, Pac-Man and the Ghostly Adventures, episode 8, Pac to the Future. Get it? Written by Glenn Lenpold. You said this before we hit record, this episode had potential. And you are right in the sense that it's going for a deeper story here. And it is at least adding a segment of world building here. Because we're basing this around Pac's parents and perhaps some of the history of the Pac Ghost War, World War, whatever they call it, Pac War 1.
Yeah,
that what you know, the original battle with the ghosts and stuff like that. There is some elements of this I quite like. I think they kind of run out of steam again with it.
Yeah.
I think again there could have been legs for a two-parter here. But for the most part, I think you're right. There was potential here. And this is kind of what I want to see from Pac-Man and the Ghostly Adventures.
Yeah.
These occasional episodes that feel like they've got a bit more weight to them. Do you want a party? It's party time. Specifically a present Spiros pie that has been thrown for Independence Day. Because everything's got to have a pun on Pac. It's being thrown at the school for some reason. And everyone gets to bring their parents. What?
Yeah.
Except for Pac because his parents are dead. I was like... No one thought this one out, really, did they? You know, maybe let's not do the whole. Maybe let's not make the bring the parents thing a big deal because you know dead parents. Following some hijinks caused by the arrival of the good ghosts, they discover that Brrraains is planning an attack on Independence Day to ruin the festivities. Obviously, Pac and his friends go to see Circumference, and he reveals his new invention, a vehicle that is super fast. Is that an invention? The trio get inside to take it for a test drive, but are ordered not to push a specific yellow button, as Circumference can't remember what it does. I laughed at that. The idea that it's like, no, don't. It's not like don't push it because it does something bad. It's don't push it because I can't actually remember what it does. Pac tries to drive the vehicle, but he ends up out of control and going backwards. Trying to find a way to stop it, Pac ends up hitting the yellow button, but makes them go so fast they go back in time. So basically, it's a Back to the Future time travel button. Now in the past, which is represented by a sepia tone look, I did appreciate that. They crash the car as Pac tries to avoid hitting a baby. I did get a little bit of like the opening of Back to the Future when he first gets back in time here. But this baby, that turns out to be him, and Pac is overjoyed to see his parents. But Silly reminds him, look, you can't talk to them, as he might change the future, especially as they're on Pac War 1. So it's that classic time travel thing. Don't mess with anything in the past. But then, you know, this is where the time travel always gets super confusing. Haven't they already done that by going back in time?
Yeah,
but him crashing the car has not already changed an event there in theory.
Exactly. Or he might have to do. He might have to talk to his parents.
It might be part exactly. It can all get very confusing. As Austin Power says, "I've gone cross-eyed." Don't think about it too much. After getting attacked, they end up in a bunker where Pac must pretend to be jacked to his parents and himself as a baby. He struggles to maintain the secret as he's constantly reminded of nostalgic elements. I like that. Yeah. I think that would affect a lot of people. It's all good and proper saying you're going to be telling some lies, but the amount of nostalgic elements and stuff like that would occur. Yeah. They end up meeting a younger Circumference who initially suspects them of being spies, but he agrees to try and help them fix their car. With him alone, they reveal the truth about who they are, and he unsurprisingly takes it in his stride. And I did like that as well. It's very much like of course I did that. I know I would do that because he's a smart guy. Arrogance as well. But yeah, again, he's the Doc Brown character.
Yeah.
He sends Silly and Spyro to get some parts, but an important meeting is called, and Pac is asked to babysit himself, which of course he's a hard time with. This is the only part I didn't like. I was like, don't do the whole baby thing.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, in Pac's current future, and I thought that was interesting, we actually go back to Pac's current future. Brrraains is assaulting Pacopolis, and no one knows where Pac is. And I was like, hold on. This is where time travel gets confusing now. Yes. And I think they fuck it up here. How is time still going as a normal thing, as though Pac just doesn't exist here?
Exactly. So
wouldn't, when Pac returns from the past, he, in theory, return at the same point he left? Like, so none of this would be happening.
Nothing would happen.
And they wouldn't know, like, if Pac had changed the past, wouldn't it be... I would actually think it would be better, right, to have written this part and gone, when we go back in time, for Pac to have never existed,
Yes.
and it'd be like, oh, we're attacking the city, and have President Spirus go, oh, if only there was someone who could help us, and then look at the camera and go, but that person doesn't exist.
Yeah.
Like, do you know what I mean? Like, do it like they're happy enough to break the fourth wall elsewhere.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Do it here,
Yeah.
and then give us, oh, Pac's changed something in the past. He's going to have to fix
Yeah,
that.
exactly. Yeah, I mean that whole Back to the Future story.
Instead, it implies that the current future is running concurrently with what's going on in the past. Like they've got running side by side instead of like that.
Yeah.
And I didn't like that. But yeah, I'm overthinking it, obviously.
Yeah, of course, but yeah.
Pac and Baby Pac end up finding Brrraains and Butler, and I thought, oh my god, it's the human side of it. I thought that was a cool touch.
Yeah, it was cool, yeah.
Revealing that Butler has been spying for the villain. So what I thought was really cool here was revealing that Butler in the past was actually on the side of the good guys, but he was actually spying for Brrraains. So he's it adds a layer to that character.
Yeah.
Baby Pac ends up blowing the cover, but Pac uses a dirty bomb to escape with the baby, which is basically a diaper. Yeah. As they're chased, Baby Pac gets access to Pac's berry dispenser and it eats one. Angry, Pac makes the baby cry and it grows really big, and he has to then cheer it up. But he's able to get the burp, sending all the pursuers away because they continue to chase him, so he's able to get rid of them. Brrraains attempts to attack though, but ends up being beaten and thrown away as Baby Pac shrinks back down. So classic Brrraains stuff, getting beaten up.
Yeah.
How the hell has this not changed the past completely? Like, Brrraains been attacked by Baby Pac, seeing the bigger Pac, seeing, you know what I mean? Like, all of this. Oh, I forget, I should have mentioned this. They have changed Pac's colour. So they've covered him in dust, so he doesn't look completely yellow.
Yeah.
And we actually get a scene where it starts to come off when he's having dinner with his parents, and they quickly recover him as well. I get it, but it's not that convincing.
It's the old Superman and Clark Kent thing.
It is that, yeah. It is well done. Yeah, it is exactly that. Anyway, good timing as Cilly and Spiral now arrive with circumference in the working car. And Pac reveals to his parents who despise, and I was like, again, isn't that changing the past? The only explanation can be is this already happened.
It already happened.
It was meant to happen. And just before his go, basically Pac doesn't want to leave. Basically, he's kind of told he has to, but he does reveal to his parents. But they're not stupid. They know who he was anyway. And once he's back, he and his friends defeat the ghosts, and that is that episode done. It is pretty good. There's a lot of potentially, a lot of clever ideas. Ultimately, I think a two-parter perhaps could have played out, and we could have done a lot of jumping back where they keep changing things in the past, and we see how that affects the future. Perhaps little clever things, right? Like, so what I would have done. Pac and the baby actually accidentally kill Brrraains earlier than he dies. You know, like when he initially dies.
Yeah.
I've done all these different things that change the future, and then we go back to the future and see how it changes. And inevitably, what ends up happening is that Pac, and when they repair the car, they have to use it to go back before they initially and stop themselves. And that's how they resolve everything. Instead, all these things change and happen, and they kind of don't. For our benefit, we've seen enough time travel. We know that's probably how things were meant to play out anyway.
Yeah, of course.
But we don't get acknowledgement of that.
They could have done. They could have used this easily for 3 or 4 episodes.
Yeah, this could have been a longer told story. In fact, it could have been a concurrent thing throughout the show, where every so often they go back in time and do elements like this.
Yeah, because I mean, you'd think that like Dr. Botox would remember Pac from.
You think they all would, right?
Well, yeah, exactly.
Because, I mean, the argument they're doing is that they won't remember Pac because he doesn't look like Pac.
Yeah.
He Clark Kent, basically.
Yeah.
That's it. But then, like, the parents, I mean, I don't know. It's like, it's the whole thing about, like, what's called it, Marty's father not being like, he really looks like that guy from high school.
Oh, yeah.
So, I mean, like,
Calvin Klein.
you know what I mean? Like, he looks exactly like. Apparently, they had no memories of those events. I think someone's time travel can be explained by that. Whereas events like that kind of fade from memory as almost part of a time repair thing.
Yeah.
But we're overthinking it. It's time travel shit, and that was Pac to the Future. Yeah, an entertaining enough episode.
Yeah, it's a good episode. Yeah.
I think so. Episode 8 of Pac-Man and Ghostly Adventures. You got any thoughts? You know what to do? Let us know in the comments. Thank you very much for watching. If you'd like to see more content like this, please consider hitting the subscribe button. It is gratefully appreciated. You can find us over at gbhbl.com, our full website where reviews, news and so much more goes up daily. We're also on all social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Threads, at GBHBL. Just search for GBHBL and you will find us out there. We also have merchandise on sale. You can access the shop via the website.